Defence Minister Arun Jaitley has also reacted on the stone pelting incidents. He said stone pelters have changed the narrative and that they are getting help from Pakistan. Arun Jaitley, the Union Defence Minister, said this while addressing Army Commanders' Conference. He complimented the senior military leadership, saying whenever challenges multiply or the nature of the challenge changes, the Indian Army has always outperformed itself. But there is a challenge that India needs to talk about, that Jammu and Kashmir needs to talk about, and unfortunately that doesn't seem to be happening. There appears to be a very sinister plot underway in the Kashmir Valley to target anti-Pakistan and anti-terror voices. This is a story, unfortunately, not many will tell you about. There have been multiple instances of people being shot at and shot dead. They're being intimidated. Police officers, police families have been targeted. The aim of Pakistani terrorists and their proxies is to lower the morale of the backbone of the terror fighting forces, the Jammu and Kashmir police. Now, even terrorists who've come overground and joined mainstream several years ago, they are being targeted. Shujaul Haq and I bring you this report.
मेरा बहुत करीबी दोस्त है, मेरे बाप का तो अफसोस नहीं है जितना उसके धोखे का अफसोस है.
Shocked and shattered. Rashid Billa's son just cannot believe his own friends sold out his father to Pakistani terrorists.
उन्होंने मेरे बाप को अंदर लिया, बोला आपसे बात करनी है. तो उसने बोला मुझे पता है आप मुझे गोली मारने आए हो, आप मार सकते हो. बाहर से उनका दरवाजा बंद किया तो उसको अंदर गोली मार दी उन्हें. मेरे दोस्त ने उसको मारवा दिया. मुझे बाप के मरने का अफसोस उतना नहीं है जितना इस दोस्त का अफसोस है.
This is the ugly truth of the situation in the valley. Most don't even dare to talk about. A systematic offensive to those who do not believe either in the ideology of terror or Pakistan anymore. Rashid Billah is not the only one. Bashir Ahmad Dar in Pulwama, Altaf Dar in Pulwama, Advocate Imtiaz Ahmad Khan in Shopian and Rashid Billah in Hajin. The intimidation is at multiple levels.
Go India back. Go back. Go India back. Go back. Go back.
There is also a systematic offensive to intimidate Jammu and Kashmir police officers and their families. There have been 5 instances of police officers and their families being targeted by terrorists and stone pelters. On the 7th of March, terrorists ransacked the house of a DSP and threatened his family in Shopian. 25th March 2017, terrorists stormed into the house of a police sub-inspector in Budgam. They took his son and nephew as hostage. The terrorists also set the sub-inspector's car on fire. The sub-inspector is working in Baramulla jail, where Masarrat Alam, the ringleader of stone pelters, is lodged. On the 15th of April, terrorists barged into the house of 2 police officers in Shopian. The terrorists threatened police officers, asking them to resign. They also ransacked the houses of the 2 police officers to send home a message. Intelligence agencies have intercepted conversations with handlers in Pakistan, telling local terrorists to silence all voices that say India first. With Shujaul Haq in Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today. I want to quickly bring in Shabnam Lone, a Kashmiri activist and lawyer, into the broadcast. Also want to bring in Brigadier V. Mahalingam, 2 people who understand the situation well. Shabnam Lone, how can one explain the killing of Bashir Ahmad Dar or Advocate Imtiaz Ahmad Khan and even perhaps Rashid Billah?
Well, Gaurav, thank you. At least now you have remembered that there are some Muslims who have been suffering in the valley, because till now, whenever we wanted to talk about the narrative of justice in the valley, all of you would jump and say, look here, it's only the Kashmiri Pandits who suffered there. And you would have some Kashmiri Pandit activists
if I may, with due respect,
say,
madam, with due respect, for me it's not Muslims or Hindus suffering.
Yes, that is what
with due respect, ma'am, it's
now.
Indians suffering, ma'am. It's fellow Indians suffering.
This is what I'm saying throughout. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what we have been saying throughout on the media. Now suddenly today, you people have now realized that there are some Muslims who have suffered. Thank you very much. Now let me come to the main issue. Let me say unequivocally, I have got great regard for the learned Attorney General. He is one of the finest lawyers in the country.
Ma'am, I'll come to that a little later. Ma'am, I'll come to that a little later. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I will come to that a little later. Kindly permit me to kindly answer my question. Kindly answer my question, ma'am. My question is very specific. Why is it that people like Bashir Ahmad Dar have been murdered in cold blood? Advocate Imtiaz Ahmad Khan, they've been murdered in cold blood. Why this silence in Kashmir? Are they lesser Kashmiris?
You ask the government. What is the Chief Minister and her Council of Ministers doing? Let them catch the perpetrators. Are those ministers enjoying pay and perks, and for what?
Okay.
If the police
fair point,
and the ITBP cannot look after themselves, and the army and
fair
the army has
fair
to come
point.
and
Respond to
rescue
this, Brigadier Mahalingam.
Culminating the armed forces.
I am afraid Pakistan voices being silenced, and with Pakistan voices being silenced, the army and the police have failed to check this, sir.
Absolutely no. Shabnam Lone, let me tell you, this is not a question of Muslim suffering or Indian suffering. You must understand, it is those boys who sort of see the logic in what India is saying. It is those who see what they would face in case the Pakistan comes and takes over this part of Kashmir. And they are the people who support, who come and help the security forces in carrying out operations. When I was there, let me tell you very clearly, there must have been at least about 5 to 7 cases where people have come and told me that the Jamaat-e-Islami and the Hizbul Mujahideen terrorists are threatening them and their families. This has been happening time and again.
Okay, so why this silence, Shabnam Lone? I really want to understand this. It's not a Kashmiri Muslim or a Kashmiri Hindu or a Kashmiri Pandit issue. Is there fear of terrorists, or is there tacit acceptance? Why is it that there are no agitations against terrorists who are killing Kashmiris?
Okay, now let me come to this one moot point. Mufti Muhammad Sayyid, see, he is the one who gave maximum impetus to the militancy. And you ask me how. Now he released his daughter Mufti Rubia Said, and he released some hardcore militants. That in my understanding was one single defining moment which gave an absolute tremendous momentum to the entire militancy.
That was now, then. Why is it that Kashmiris are silent tonight, ma'am? Why is it that why are Kashmiris silent now? Whether it's the government or the people. Ma'am, you are going back in history. Why are they silent tonight? Are they scared or are they complicit? Are they complicit that pro-India voices are being silenced, anti-Pakistan voices are being silenced, ma'am?
The Mufti's tango with Jamaat Islami and Hizbul Mujahideen continued. I am demanding a CBI inquiry into Mehbooba Mufti's connections in the past with Hizbul Mujahideen.
Ma'am, you're talking about the past. Ma'am, you're making a political point. Ma'am, I want to consider.
I am demanding a CBI inquiry.
Okay, the government has a lot to answer. Brigadier Mahalingam, there you will concede that the government has a lot to answer, Brigadier Mahalingam. The government has failed. The government has failed to check terrorism in Kashmir, and that is why people are scared. and people pro-India voices are being killed, anti-Pakistan voices are being killed. The government's unable to do anything.
Let me first answer a point to Shabnam. Shabnam, you are trying to politicize the issue. The issue and the questions that they have put were very straightforward, and it required a straightforward answer. Instead, you are bringing in the present Chief Minister of J&K, which is not required at all. Having said that, let me tell you, the government of India has been extremely soft.
Why is
they
that?
have been using a soft methodology.
Let
me tell you, in Pakistan itself, most of the people support, what is this? The enforced disappearances which are taking place in Pakistan. It is nothing but the method to bring.
No, what suits you? Because she is in power with the BJP. It makes us fine.
The questions that has been posed to you has nothing to do with politics.
This is a dishonest narrative. With great regard to you, sir.
Sorry,
Shabnam,
okay. See, the two of you fighting will serve no purpose. Shabnam Lone on this broadcast. Shabnam Lone,
you have lost the plot in Kashmir.
Why is there no protest? Why is there no anger against Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani or the pro-Pakistan Hurriyat hawks at a time when Pakistan-backed terrorists and proxies are killing Kashmiris, or as you say, Kashmiri Muslims? Why is there no anger against Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani and the others?
Okay, now let me say. Now, let me put it like this. I come from the valley of blood and tears. I come from the valley of the darkest corner of democracy. I come from a valley where our voices are muzzled. I come from a valley where we are not being given justice. Injustice prevails.
So Pakistan and its proxies can keep coming and killing Kashmiri Muslims, as you put it, but people will not scream about that. People will not protest that.
You have children coming,
ma'am, because I don't want to say, ma'am, you have suffered, ma'am. You have suffered. You have suffered at the hands of Pakistani terrorists.
Let me tell you,
and yet I don't see.
Now listen to me.
Yes,
there was no. I will not allow anyone to use my father's assassination to score a political point.
No, ma'am.
Yes, my father was brutally assassinated. But
by who?
My father was not given any justice.
By who?
Sir, please wait, sir, kindly wait. Sir, kindly wait. Brigadier Mahalingam, kindly wait. Brigadier Mahalingam, kindly wait, sir. Brigadier Mahalingam, kindly wait, sir.
Nothing. No, neither Mufti Muhammad Said, not Farooq Abdullah, nobody. There was no inquiry in my father's case. His case was not even tried. He was not given that respect that was due to a person who was a messenger of peace.
Yes.
My father was a visionary. He tried and he died for peace. He died for Kashmir, and he died for this common Kashmiri who is dying today. This is what he wanted to stop.
Message Brigadier Mahalingam needs to go out,
and
that
he wanted
the army, the police, the CRPF. Shabnam Lone has a point. Where is justice for her father? Where is justice for other Kashmiris who are being killed at the hands of terrorists today?